Welcome to the beautiful Lake St. Peter Provincial Park.
Lake St. Peter is a small provincial park on a beautiful lake that's home to private cottages and campgrounds. It's a large lake that offers great fishing opportunities, sandy beaches, and is close to Algonquin and Silent Lake provincial parks.
We have finally made it to Lake St. Peter. It is about half an hour north of Bancroft, Ontario, and we're going to be staying here for 2 nights, and I'm pretty excited because I booked an amazing spot. It was a little bit confusing when we got here because there was no gate and no clear direction on where to park to check in. So Alan kind of just stopped on the side of the road and I walked in, and we are getting water right now and heading to our site.
I was a little bit confused when we pulled in for water here because we've got the blue tower indicating potable water, but a red hose, and the red hose is on the other side as well. And then on the non-potable water tower, we've got the red tower, but a blue hose. So I didn't know if this was potable water or not. I had to triple check, and fingers crossed it's potable.
After filling, we made the short drive to our site on some pretty bumpy and hilly roads.
This is probably the most difficult site we have had to pull into so far. There are 2 sets of trees right at the entrance, so we had to come in on a crazy angle, and there's a big drop off here, but I'll show you why. This is our waterfront view. So that's actually the boat launch right there, but this is the closest site we've ever had to water, and it's just beautiful.
It's a very big drop.
Okay.
Oh, we'll be okay. They'll be fully extended.
Well, my fear came true. The stairs are not tall enough for us to actually put them down, even fully extended, and we're out of blocks because this is a very steep site, so this is what we had to do. We had to use some of our firewood and prop it up and hope for the best. It's pretty sturdy, but we're gonna have to be pretty careful going in and out of the trailer this weekend. We are at the boat launch here, and it is not too far from our site because that's our site right here, site 36. A good thing to note is that you can launch motorized boats in this lake along with your canoes, kayaks, and paddleboards. I'm not sure if you're supposed to leave your boats here, but it looks like somebody has left their boat here, probably because there are no other docks around, and there's no parking right by the boat launch area, so that's another important factor to consider if you're launching your boat. We are still in the boat launch area, but I wanted to come show you this perfect little spot to sit and enjoy the water. And you gotta check out this beach that is right next to our site. Another tip if you're coming to this beach is that it is not accessible. There's no easy way to get down. You either have to take the stairs or a really rooty path that's kind of uneven and a lot of tripping hazards. Another amazing site here at Lake St. Peter is site 45. You gotta check out these views. This campground is actually the smallest provincial park we've ever been to. There are only about 64 or 65 sites at this campground, so each section of the campground has a vault toilet that you can use, but there's only one main comfort station for the entire park. Here is the only comfort station at Lake St. Peter. It has 4 showers, one of which is accessible. There is also laundry here, and right out front is where you will find the garbage and recycling area.
The comfort station was very clean and well maintained during our stay. They also had laundry facilities available on site as well.
When we checked in, I also found out that you're only allowed to use clear plastic garbage bags here, so they actually provided us with one and a blue one for recycling. Throughout the park, you will also find water stations like this one. It's just a tap, there is no threading available.
The park office and store are in the same building. Here they sell essentials like ice, firewood, kindling, and other items you may have forgotten for your stay, like toothpaste, which I had to buy on our first night.
We made it to the main beach area here where they have a volleyball net, and you can even rent canoes and kayaks at the park store, which are located down here as well. There are plenty of picnic tables, lots of trees for shade, and there's a large parking lot, and there's even vault toilets at the entrance. Well, the tour's not over yet. There's still more of the park to explore, but we're back to our site for the evening. We're gonna have a fire, relax, and we'll catch you in the morning. The most peaceful morning camping experience I've ever had. We are about to start our hikes here, and there are two trails that you can choose from, the Lookout hiking trail and the Cabin hiking trail. We heard that they were fairly strenuous, so Alan has brought his little sticks, and we're gonna get hiking. About 20 feet from the trail entrance is the sign. It gives you a little map and shows you that the Lookout Trail is 2.5 kilometers and the Cabin Trail is 4 kilometers. It's safe to say this trail is not accessible. We've already been up a very steep, bumpy incline, and now we are pretty much doing the exact same thing, but down. Check out how steep this is. We made it to a lookout point, and I have to say, it was worth the hike. Is that a rattlesnake? Oh, look at it!
Fierce little guy.
We just finished the Lookout Trail, and it was pretty strenuous. Another good thing to note is that the trail does begin and end on a main road. We just rented a canoe for 2 hours. It was $20 plus a $60 deposit that you get back once you return everything in tip-top shape. They give you a bucket, which is an emergency bucket, and they have to, by law, give you life jackets, but we prefer to use our own, so we're just going to take these in our boat with us as an added precaution. So let's go canoeing. Do this without flipping.
Yep. Get in. Are you good? Okay.
The sun has finally come out. We thought it was gonna rain for a little bit there, but it is beautiful out here on the water.
We canoed all the way around the lake to see our site and the boat launch, and in hindsight, that was a huge mistake because the lake conditions were extremely rough for canoeing.
We finished canoeing, and I must say, these are heavy canoes. So if you have one on the top or middle rack like we did, it is a little bit of a struggle to get them down. So I hope you bring your muscles or have a few people that can help you lift them because they are quite heavy. Anyways, the waters were a little bit too rough for us. We lasted about an hour and a half out there on the water. It's beautiful scenery, so I definitely recommend getting a canoe or a kayak or bringing your own if you come to this park. When you're done with your rental equipment, you just leave it at the back of the shed here, and the shed is located right behind the park office.
After hiking and canoeing, it was time for a relaxing dip in the lake.
Got it. Got it. I'm already accustomed to the water, and Alan is still working up the nerve to get in.
The boat launch area was a very popular spot for fishing off the shore and off the dock. Then, after one final waterfront sunrise, it was time to leave this amazing little park.
It's time for my overall thoughts of our stay here at Lake St. Peter. We stayed here for 2 nights on a Thursday night and a Friday night of a long weekend, and even still, it was not busy. This park is very small. It's the smallest park we've ever stayed at, and I think in my ratings of parks so far, it's probably number 2 on the list. So let's talk about what I liked about this park. I really liked how small it was. I liked that it was quiet. I really liked our waterfront site. I liked that there was many waterfront sites throughout the park that you could choose from, and it was just a beautifully maintained park. For a small park, there's still plenty to do here. You can do hiking, boating, swimming, kayaking, canoeing, just walk through the park and explore. We really enjoyed it. If you're staying here for a longer period of time, there may not be as much to do, but I did read that you can access Algonquin and Silent Lake for day use with your park pass from Lake St. Peter, so that's something to note if you do want to go and explore the other areas if you're staying here for a longer time. There was also excellent cell service throughout the entire park here. We are with Bell, so I can't speak to the other service providers, but Bell is covered very well in this park. Now let's talk about what I didn't like about this park. Yeah, there's nothing. I can't think of anything I didn't like about this park. Maybe that it's really hilly. There's lots of hills, so when we were coming in, it was quite bumpy and our trailer shook a lot, so most of the things fell over in our trailer. And that's really it. This is a great little park, and I would highly recommend it if you're looking for a quiet park experience. If you're looking to see some of my other Ontario parks experiences, I've linked to those videos in the description below, so you can take a look and see where we stayed and what we thought of those parks. I hope this video and tour of the park can be helpful for you if you're considering coming to Lake St. Peter. As always, if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more camping and travel videos coming soon. Okay, I have to share because Alan's been making fun of me, but these are my rugged hiking shoes. Works. And I'm wearing leopard socks. Ready for a hike. Where are we going?
Not too far in those things.
I think they're really comfortable. Plus I'm camping. Who cares what I look like?